The story starts with a young girl named Dallas Bryan who dreams of becoming a professional dancer. On her first day of high school, she walks to school with her best friend Gabby. While they chat and laugh, a confident boy named Drayton Leahy rides past on his bike, grabbing everyone's attention with his charm and easygoing style. Later in class, the teacher begins taking attendance. Drayton shows up late but quickly wins over the room with his charisma. Drayton isn't just popular. He's also a talented football player who dreams of getting into a prestigious sports program in Waco. Meanwhile, Drayton's father has a meeting with Nathan, the school's football coach, and Dallas's older brother. Drayton's father insists that his son is putting in a lot of effort to secure a spot in Waco's program and asks Nathan to give him extra guidance. Nathan, however, advises the father to consider backup plans, just in case. Despite this, Drayton's father remains firm in his belief that Waco is the only goal for his son. While practicing on the field, Drayton accidentally throws a football toward Dallas. To everyone's surprise, she catches it effortlessly, showing impressive reflexes. Drayton is intrigued, but his friend quickly points out that Dallas is Coach Nathan's younger sister, making her seem off limits. Later, Drayton meets Nathan in his office, where the coach advises him to consider backup options alongside his goal of getting into Waco. However, Drayton doesn't take the advice seriously and leaves the office, confident in his own plans. In the school parking lot, Drayton crosses paths with Dallas again and takes the opportunity to apologize for the earlier incident. Just as they are talking, Drayton's friend Chase throws a football at him. Drayton runs to catch it, but accidentally crashes into Dallas's car, leaving it damaged. Feeling guilty, Drayton apologizes again, but Dallas's older brother Josh steps in and offers to give her a ride home. After school, Dallas heads to her dance studio to practice for her upcoming audition at the prestigious California Institute of Arts, CalArts. She pours her energy into her routine, determined to perfect every move. When the practice session ends, her trainer, Alicia, offers her some important advice. Alicia tells Dallas that while her technique is strong, she needs to add more emotion and passion to her dancing if she truly wants to stand out and secure a spot in the CalArts program. After Alicia leaves, Dallas locks up the studio and heads home. She spends some time chatting with her older brother, Nathan, about her day. Their conversation is interrupted by the sound of the doorbell. When Dallas answers, she finds Drayton standing there. He's come to apologize for the damage to her car and hands her some money to cover the repair costs. Dallas hesitates for a moment but eventually accepts the money. This small act of kindness breaks the ice between them and sparks the beginning of a budding friendship. At school, Dallas meets up with her best friend Gabby, who seems to be growing closer to Drayton's younger brother Josh. It's clear there's a spark between them. At lunchtime, they join Drayton and his group of friends. During the conversation, Drayton casually invites Dallas to a party he's hosting. However, Dallas politely declines, explaining that she needs to practice at the dance studio. Later, Gabby teases Dallas about whether she has feelings for Drayton. Dallas quickly shuts down the idea, calling him a guy who flirts with every girl he meets. Gabby then reveals that Josh invited her to the party and convinces Dallas to come along. At the party, Dallas gives Gabby and Josh some space and ends up crossing paths with Drayton again. He follows her to a couch and boldly asks her out on a date, but she turns him down, saying she's not interested. Despite the awkward moment, the party continues, and they all get a little drunk while playing games. As the night winds down, Gabby tells Dallas that she's leaving with Josh to grab a late-night snack and won't be able to take her home. Dallas, slightly tipsy, decides to walk home on her own. On her way, Drayton rides up on his bike and offers her a ride. She reluctantly agrees, and instead of taking her straight home, Drayton brings her to his house where she ends up crashing on the sofa for the night. The next morning, Dallas wakes up and realizes she spent the night at Drayton's house. Embarrassed, she gets ready to leave, but on her way out she overhears an argument between Drayton and his father. His father is upset, telling Drayton to stop wasting time partying and focus on his dream of getting into Waco. The tense conversation gives Dallas a glimpse into the pressure Drayton is under. After that morning, Dallas and Drayton don't speak for weeks. Life moves on, and the school's big football game approaches. On the way to the game, Gabby encourages Dallas to give Drayton a chance, suggesting she wear something. Nice if he ever asks her out. During the bus ride to the game, one of the cheerleaders asks Dallas to switch seats for a bit, leaving her to sit next to Drayton. The two share a lighthearted conversation, and the atmosphere between them feels less awkward. The football game turns out to be a huge success, and the team's victory is celebrated with a party. While everyone is having fun, Dallas steps away to a vending machine for a quiet moment. Drayton finds her there and asks if she'd like to do something fun with him. This time, Dallas agrees. Remembering Gabby's advice, she puts on the dress Gabby gave her and joins Drayton for a night out at a club. They spend the night dancing and enjoying each other's company, growing closer in the process. However, when they return home, they're caught by Nathan, who is furious that they sneaked out without letting anyone know. After sneaking out, things take a serious turn when the principal gets involved. Nathan, along with Drayton's parents, is called to a meeting, and both Dallas and Drayton are suspended from school for a week. The punishment creates tension, but it also gives them time to reflect. One day during the suspension, Drayton visits Dallas at her dance studio to apologize for not standing up for her during the principal's meeting. While they're talking, Alicia, Dallas's dance coach, notices the emotional tension between them. She suggests they dance together, using movement to express their feelings. Hesitant at first, Dallas agrees, and as they dance, something changes. Alicia is thrilled to see Dallas finally pouring her emotions into her performance, telling her that this passion will undoubtedly help her secure a spot at CalArts. Inspired by the moment, Drayton suggests they make the most of their suspension by traveling to California to visit CalArts in person. He calls it his way of making up for his past behavior. Dallas lights up at the idea, excited to see her dream school with her own eyes. In California, Dallas tours the campus, imagining what it would be like to study there someday. The experience feels surreal, and she grows even more determined to achieve her goals. That evening, back at the hotel, Dallas and Drayton play a game of truth or dare. Things take a romantic turn, and they share a tender moment, but Dallas stops before things go too far, feeling unsure. When they return home, the connection between them feels strained. They avoid talking to each other, leaving their relationship in an awkward limbo. Gabby, noticing Dallas's hesitation, urges her to reach out to Drayton. She points out that Dallas clearly has feelings for him and shouldn't let the opportunity for something real slip away. Dallas finally gathers the courage to meet Drayton and admits that she has feelings for him. The two officially become a couple, and for a while, everything seems perfect. However, Drayton's father disapproves of their relationship, believing it's a distraction from his goals. One afternoon, while spending time together, Dallas notices a tattoo on Drayton's arm and asks him about it. His mood shifts, and he explains that it's a tribute to his twin sister, Abby. When they were just 8 years old, Abby disappeared during a birthday party. She had wandered out of the house when no one was watching, and despite countless efforts, she was never found. Drayton shares how deeply this loss has affected him. Dallas listens quietly, offering her support, and Drayton thanks her for being there for him. A few days later, Drayton invites Dallas, Nathan, Gabby, and Josh to his birthday party. During lunch, the atmosphere becomes tense when Drayton's father brings up his plans for Waco again. To everyone's surprise, Drayton says he's considering other options and might attend USC in California instead. This angers his father, who blames Dallas for influencing his decisions. The argument escalates, and Dallas feels overwhelmed. She decides to leave the party. Drayton chases after her to apologize, but Dallas tells him they should break up. She believes it's the best choice for both of them, even though it hurts. After the breakup, Dallas withdraws from everyone. She avoids Gabby and spends most of her time alone, lost in her thoughts. One day, Gabby visits her at the dance studio and gently confronts her. She tells Dallas it's not fair to push away the people who care about her. Gabby's words hit Dallas hard, and she finally breaks down. Later at home, Dallas confides in Nathan about how she's been feeling. Nathan comforts her and surprises her by suggesting they go to her CalArts audition in person instead of submitting a video. He reveals that he's been saving up all year to make it happen. Touched by her brother's support, Dallas feels motivated again and begins preparing for the big day. Meanwhile, Drayton has a heart-to-heart conversation with his father. For the first time, he opens up about his feelings and explains how much pressure he's been under. He tells his father that he wants to take control of his own life and make decisions that truly make him happy. Hearing this, Drayton's father finally understands and agrees to support his son's choices. Dallas finally gets her chance to audition at CalArts, and her performance leaves the judges in awe. Her passion, emotion, and flawless technique secure her a spot at her dream school. Overjoyed, she returns home to share the exciting news with Alicia and Gabby, who couldn't be prouder of her achievement. Feeling a mix of excitement and nostalgia, Dallas decides it's time to talk to Drayton. She meets him and confesses that she loves him, and the two decide to make the most of their time together before they have to part ways for their new journeys. Meanwhile, Drayton receives incredible news of his own. He signs a contract with a professional football team. His parents, especially his father, are thrilled and finally at peace with the choices he's made. The day arrives when Dallas must leave for CalArts. She shares emotional goodbyes with Nathan, who has been her rock throughout the journey, and Drayton, who promises to always support her. At CalArts, Dallas quickly settles in and begins exploring her new world. As she walks back to her dorm after her first day, she hears someone call her name. Turning around, she instinctively catches a football flying her way. To her surprise, she sees Drayton standing there wearing a USC t-shirt and grinning. Dallas runs to hug him, overwhelmed with happiness. Drayton reveals that he chose to attend USC and kept it a secret so he could surprise her. The two share a heartfelt kiss, ready to face their new adventures together.